Hey angels, it's Faith and welcome to Faith's Fit, where we talk about all things fitness, health, and wellness to incorporate into our overall healthy lifestyle. I'm so happy to be doing a podcast about something I'm really passionate about and that I love talking about, which is like health and fitness. It's just something I'm super into. So thanks for listening to me talk about this. Welcome to episode 1, and we are going to talk about the importance of gut health today on our health journey. So first I'm going to talk about my personal experience with my gut health. So I've always kind of struggled with my gut health for a while, I'll say, in my life. Even from when I was younger, we were a very on-the-go family. Like, I was a cheerleader, my brother played sports, my dad coached, and he played his own sports, and my mom was all involved in all of our stuff. So we were super, super on the go. So basically, we didn't have a lot of time to eat a home-cooked meal, like, every single day of the week. So we would eat a lot of fast food and things like that were just easy and convenient and, like, quick. So that, and then in high school, I would have to leave school early sometimes because I would be nauseous and I'd have to throw up. And this wasn't, like, a one-time thing. This was, like, a pretty frequent thing. And I would have daily stomach pain, and it was just so embarrassing. And, like, I would always be, like, praying and hoping that this would not happen when I was, like, out with my friends or at practice or something, because that would just be super freaking embarrassing. So I was really just kind of, got used to that. Like, I was very accustomed to that's just how it was. Like, I didn't think there was, like, a fix to it. I didn't think there's anything wrong. I thought it was just, like, everybody has their issues. This is my issue. It is what it is. Sometimes I just gotta, like, throw up and, like, for no reason in the middle of the day. And I just thought that was normal for some reason. And looking back at it is, like, that's so not normal. But flash forward a little bit to my senior year of high school, and COVID hit. So quarantine started. And with that, I started to slow it down a little bit. I started to slow down my lifestyle. Instead of, like, the go, 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 it was very relaxed. So I started cooking my own meals with fresh and natural ingredients. I started to eat more organic foods. I just had more time for all of this. I just didn't have time for this. So I got the opportunity to do that. I also got the chance to take more walks because I was so freaking bored, so I had so much time, so I was just taking a bunch of walks. And I also incorporated prebiotics and probiotics unintentionally. I didn't realize what they were at the time, but I was just eating more natural foods, and I just realized that they fell into those specific categories. And I noticed such a significant difference on my quality of life because of that. I stopped having stomach pain. I stopped throwing up randomly, and I even lost 2 inches off my waist, and I was pretty proud of that. I was very happy with that, and I contribute that to my dietary changes that I've implemented into my life. And because I was always very active, like, I was a cheerleader and everything, but it was more so the diet, and then just walks after I eat to help aid digestion. So that was good, but just really making these changes into my diet. And this was like again, I wasn't trying to fix this. I didn't realize, like, this was something I could fix. I just really didn't pay much mind to it. But it just happened accidentally. I fixed my gut health, and one day it was just like, oh my God, I feel so much better. And later I realized, like, what the official names of these things were, and, like, I saw on social media about gut health and everything, so I started to delve more into that and learn more about it myself. Things like probiotics, which are the good bacteria in your gut to help everything be amazing, and things like yogurt are, like, good probiotics, which is, like, I eat Greek yogurt a lot, and then prebiotics, which are the food for the probiotics to stay alive, so, like, garlic and bananas and apples and things like that. I cook a lot with garlic and olive oil. Those are very good for your gut health, and I try to just eat a lot of organic fruits and vegetables. That's really helped me in my gut health journey. with that, and I've just felt so much better with these changes I made in my lifestyle versus when I was in high school and I would sit all day in a classroom and live this sedentary lifestyle and then go hit the Wendy's drive-thru on the way home and get spicy chicken nuggets after school. I don't do that anymore. I really try to limit fast food, and I try to move my body a lot and just eat fresh, organic, cook my own food. So important to me, and has made such a big difference on my quality of life. I feel good, I look good, and this is just something that I feel very passionate about, and I feel like it's very important because your gut health affects your overall health, and it is important for everyone. So that is why I'm done yapping about my personal experience with it. And now we have our guest today, our gorgeous, beautiful, amazing guest, Tyra McCray.
Hello.
She is a little introduction here. I got to introduce her. That she is a health studies major. So she's educated on the topic. So this is not just my personal experience with it. This is a more educated, different perspective of gut health. So you guys can hear actual legitimate, not that mine's not legitimate, but, studious perspective.
You got it.
I think that's a good word. Studious,
Yeah,
it's a big word. On it. And, let's so welcome on.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Of course.
happy to be here.
Of course, I'm happy you're happy to be here. Now we're a little too podcasty.
Yeah.
So tell me about how you grew up with eating. Were you similar to me with your gut health, or did you have a different lifestyle, or what was that?
So growing up, my parents were really big on home cooked meals every day. So every night for dinner, we would have a home cooked meal. So usually chicken or something like that. And my parents were very big on limiting white bread, limiting our fast food intake. We didn't have a lot of we had sugary snacks, but it was more all the organic snacks, gluten-free, stuff like that my parents really focused on. And that's something I carried into my adulthood. I really love vegetables. Oh my gosh, they're so good.
Yeah. Vegetables are so good. They're so underrated, honestly.
Yeah.
You just gotta know how to cook them. And
I don't eat a lot of sugary cereals, stuff like that. But yeah, growing up, we had fast food, but it was more a treat kind of thing. So it'd be Friday night pizza.
Yeah.
Or after a school event, it'd be oh, let's go out for ice cream or something like that.
Right.
But it wouldn't be a regular thing. Desserts and stuff weren't an every night thing. That was another big thing growing up.
Yeah, that's totally that's probably the healthiest form, where you're not depriving yourself, but you're eating things in moderation. You're not overdoing it. It's a treat. I feel like that was a good word they used, a treat. Instead of just this is how we eat every single day. And I think that's really a important little family, let's all eat healthy and a good foundation for life. So that's really awesome that you had that from the gate.
Exactly. Snacks and stuff, or fruit or something, instead of having chips.
Right, that's a good, it gives a little substitute for a crunch a little bit, an apple or something too.
That's a good way to talk about it.
That's why I like to trick myself too with that. If I want something crunchy, I'll do almonds or walnuts or apples or something.
Yeah, and nuts and stuff are high in fiber, which is good for you.
Yeah. So walk us through a little bit of your typical day of eating. Maybe it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, etc.
To start my day, if I'm cooking at home, I like to start with a good breakfast. So it's going to be eggs, some whole wheat toast, and usually yogurt or fruit. And then for lunch, I love to do roasted vegetables. So I'll roast broccoli and onions, garlic. I love to serve it over this chickpea rice thing I'm kind of really obsessed with right now. It's a rice pasta.
Okay.
It's so good, made from chickpeas, high in protein, high in fiber.
I do something similar actually with the red lentil pasta.
Yes, that's so good.
It's so banging. You have to try red lentil pasta.
100% recommend.
Or her chickpea pasta. You're saying it's 25 grams of protein or something that.
It's so good,
and it's so much healthier.
I like to do a little tahini sauce on top.
That sounds
so good. In the fall and stuff, I like to do sweet potatoes and butternut squash.
Potatoes.
It's so good. Obsessed.
It sounds really good.
And then for dinner, I like to do chicken or salmon or any kind of fish, really.
You got the supermodel diet going on now.
Yeah.
Have you seen that on TikTok?
Yeah.
The VS supermodels.
It's the what I eat in a day, and it's
it's literally the whole thing, but especially the dinner part that you just have the chicken. They eat chicken or salmon and broccoli, and that's
exactly
what you eat.
That's what I'll eat.
And
chicken, salmon, rice,
maybe we'll see you on the runway
broccoli.
next.
Oh,
this is her launch. She's gonna be on the podcast first, and she's gonna be on the runway. But anyway, yeah, that sounds like a great diet. Very clean. Very, you seem like you like to cook a lot.
Oh, I love to cook. But also I do like to still eat out a lot. So I love Five Guys. Love to have it. Like to have like a Moe's or something as a treat.
Yeah. I've actually never tried those.
Oh my gosh, it's basically like Chipotle.
I've heard of it.
It's so good.
Yeah, I gotta try it one time.
Yeah, it's basically Chipotle.
But yeah, everybody has their treats, and there are certain things like, Taco Bell is banging, KFC. It's not like everybody is perfect all the time with their diet.
Exactly.
It's just about not eating it every day or whatever.
Yeah, that's a really important thing, like, to keep a balanced diet, not only, like, for your health, but also mentally.
Yes.
You don't want to deprive yourself of the food you love. There's nothing wrong with enjoying, like, a sweet little treat every once in a while.
Of course, sweet little treat.
A sweet little treat, depending on social media.
There you go.
More into social media though is making like little switches with the food you usually eat. So another good thing to have is like chia pudding instead of like ice cream or something. A lot of people do chia pudding.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so people make all sorts of stuff. They're like, oh, this is like my strawberry cheesecake chia pudding. So they'll do like strawberries, a little bit of like what is it, cream cheese.
Oh, that sounds really good actually.
People will do like this like cute little chocolate crunchy on top. So melt chocolate, put it on top, have that. It's really good. But it's a nice switch from like ice cream, or like if you want like a sweet treat but you don't want like all the unhealthy parts of it.
Right.
That's another good thing.
Yeah.
The switching of soda is really big right now. So trending right now is going to be Olipop and Poppy. Those are these fiber-rich, digestive health sodas. They're the substitute for soda as they're being marketed.
Okay.
But a lot of people actually are saying like, it's hurting their stomach and stuff, so they don't like them. But the thing is, that could be because they don't have enough fiber in their diet on the regular.
Okay. That makes sense, because I've actually seen a lot of people say like that they have issues with those type of things, which I think is so crazy because it's supposed to be like a health thing. And I wasn't sure with all that, like what everything was going on, because I actually like Olipop. I haven't had the other one, but Olipop is so banging.
It's so good.
I had the root beer one at first, and that got me hooked. I saw it at Wawa, and I was like, oh, why not? This looks healthy. So
like grape.
Yeah, the grape one. Actually, no, I haven't tried the grape one.
Grape's really good.
Grape. I had ginger ale.
Ginger ale, that's a good one too. The orange one, like the Coca-Cola substitute, that's good too.
That one's good too. Honestly, all of them basically is what we're saying here.
But something you should know is food shouldn't be hurting your stomach unless it's like food poisoning or you're allergic. It shouldn't be hurting your stomach.
Right.
So if you're eating something and it hurts your stomach, that could be a sign of a bigger issue, like in your gut. So if you're eating fiber-rich stuff, like if you eat Chipotle, you're drinking Olipop, if that's hurting your stomach, you need to be incorporating more fiber into your diet. So that can be having more beans and stuff, bananas, yogurt. That's another good thing you could be having more often. Because in your gut, there's two types of fibers. It's probably easier to explain. So you have soluble fibers. That's going to be help with cholesterol and glucose levels. So your glucose can spike if you eat certain foods. And that can affect your mood later when you come off of that sugar high. So if you start your morning with like a sugary cereal or a donut or a pastry, you're running off of sugar, not energy. So then later, around lunchtime, if you're feeling cranky or like you're getting like the sugar shakes, that is because the glucose levels are dropping. So you should be eating more of like a protein-rich, fiber-rich breakfast.
Okay.
And then we get into insoluble fibers. And in the nicest way of saying that is like your bowel movements and stuff.
We keep everything moving.
Yeah, you want to keep everything moving.
We gotta say it classy. We gotta keep it...
Exactly. You gotta keep it clean, girl.
Demure.
Yeah, demure. But yeah, that's going to be help with constipation and stuff. So you want to make sure you're eating stuff that can help with those bowel movements. Yeah,
and everything, everything's together, everything's flowing in life. Gotta keep the flow of life.
Because that goes into like colon health. So right now, colon cancer is on the rise more than it ever has been, especially in young people.
Scary.
Exactly. Like, if anyone knows the actor Chadwick Boseman, he sadly passed away from that. But he was still very young. He was only in his 40s, I want to say.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't know it was colon cancer, actually. Yeah. I saw that it was cancer. It was sad.
Yeah. But it's on the rise right now in young people more than it ever has been. And that is because people's diets aren't as fiber-rich as they need to be.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So everything's, I don't know, everything's just sitting there, if
exactly.
you don't have enough fiber, so...
Yeah. So not only do you want to be incorporating more fiber-rich foods into your diet, like broccoli,
yeah,
you also want to be limiting other, like, foods that aren't good for you. So you want to cut out alcohol, excessive alcohol, and red meat is another big one.
Yeah, I try to limit that. That's a big one.
Exactly. I grew up not really eating red meat. I would do ground chicken, ground turkey, stuff like that.
We were the opposite. Like, we had, like... we had like, you know, sausage and peppers, we had stuffed peppers. Now I'm thinking about it, it's a lot of peppers in ground beef. We had like lasagna, like we would have a lot of we'd do like a little Taco Tuesday moment. So we had a lot of ground beef, and I had to make the switch myself away from that, and I do more grilled chicken. I need to get more into seafood, but grilled chicken has been my go-to.
Another really good thing. But you know what? You can still have the lasagna. You can still have the stuffed peppers.
Yeah.
Just instead of when you're in the grocery store, if you see the red meat, like, you know what? Instead of getting ground beef, I'm going to get ground chicken. I'm going to get ground turkey.
Yeah.
Those little things. Like instead of McDonald's, ooh, I'm going to go to Cava today. I'm going to go to Chipotle. Making those little switches can actually really improve your health in the long run.
And you know what? Rome was not built in a day. You don't have to make every switch in one week or whatever. Like,
exactly.
You can start, okay, I'm going to try this thing, and maybe this thing, and maybe in a couple months I'll try this thing. You know, don't overwhelm yourself, because you're more likely to stick to something that you ease yourself into, and don't just go like cold turkey into. I don't know if cold turkey is a word. Usually that means the opposite. Usually means quitting, but opposite of cold turkey. Don't go warm turkey into it. I don't know. And but that's just ease into it, and just, you know, work your way into it so you stick to it.
Exactly. You don't have to do anything perfectly. So you don't have to live the perfect gut healthy influencer lifestyle. No. Do what works for you. So if you know that you're in the grocery store, you're looking for snacks, maybe grab some apples, maybe grab, what else can you grab?
You can grab blackberries. I like to do organic blackberries.
Fruits are really good.
I like to do
grab a pack of yogurt. They make like little yogurt bites instead.
I like to do Greek yogurts. I try to have like one or two a day.
That's also really good. It has all those good bacteria that are good for your gut.
It has protein in it,
yogurt's like fermented, especially Greek yogurt. It's like fermented.
Yeah.
So then you get all those good young bacteria.
Kombucha
and stuff is also really good for your dietary health.
That is a good one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's a fermented tea. So
yeah,
I
didn't know it was a tea.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a tea, and it has like, when they brew it, it comes with like this like, you get like this like kind of like thing on top. It almost looks like a pancake, but it's like bacteria, and that's what ferments the tea and makes it good for you.
Oh my god, we should make this.
Yeah.
This would be kind of fun.
Yeah, we can make it all the time.
That's actually interesting. But yeah, I've had kombucha in a little bit, but I do like kombucha. That's a great one for your gut health. So we're gonna wrap it up right now. So we're gonna ask Tyra if there's any lasting gut health advice that she has for us before she leaves us.
Just make sure you're taking care of yourself. So make sure you are getting those fiber-rich foods.
Okay.
Making sure you're drinking water, you're getting moving, getting active and stuff, because that stuff also helps your digestive health.
Okay.
Starting off your day in a good way, starting off with a good, fulfilling meal throughout the day, and just, I don't know, taking care of yourself.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We all enjoyed listening to you.
Thank you for having me.
I loved having such a, very thought out, educated point in our little health studies major. Really added something, I think, to the podcast. So thank you for joining us. I hope you had fun.
I did. This was so fun.
Thank you for joining us. But we will be back next week. We will talk about more health, fitness, and wellness topics. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys learned a thing or two, or were interested or entertained to some extent. So thank you for joining us, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.